We are live, coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor, and tonight we are joined by Andy. Andy, how are you doing tonight?
What up? What up?
And we're also joined by Alex. Alex, how are you doing tonight?
Yo, yo, yo.
And we are here, Vets, New Threats, episode 2. I am a little worried. Just a little. I'm a little worried. I don't know. I was not a huge fan of tonight's EP, but it's just a little. I'm a little worried at the end.
What were you not a fan of?
God, I don't know if I'm just challenged out already, but I just thought it was kind of boring. I don't know. I thought the daily was kind of stupid. It was a puzzle. I don't think we've ever seen a puzzle. I actually did kind of like the elimination. The elimination was kind of fun. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I just don't know all these people. I don't know.
So,
well,
go ahead.
I was just going to say part of not getting to know these people is when you're just having them change teams constantly.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll get into it, but when they did the new selection of the new teams, it was just like, all right, who's Ashley with? Who's Leroy with? Like, it's tough for us to get to know these people when we don't even know what team they're on. Like, you need to have, if you're getting to know someone new, you need to have a familiar face to pair them with. And because of all this switching up, we don't have that.
I just got lost. Yeah, to your point, I got lost in the sauce. I don't know who's on whose team. Snip, snap, snip, snap. It's just all over the fucking place.
With that being said, like, I've kind of accepted that this is our reality for this season. So I actually didn't mind tonight's episode. But you know, it's Vant. It's not Fresh Meat 3. Very clearly, it's Vant.
Wow.
We're vanting.
Alex.
So I think for the whole season, like long term, I think my worry meter went up only ever so slightly. Like I'm not panicking, but for tonight's episode, if I had to describe it in one word, I would describe it as a mess. I just think it was a mess of an episode from a format standpoint. I mean, the partner switching at the beginning was insane, you know, not being able to understand who was with who. They instantly switch it to like, I guess they had to because of the hangnail. But instead, it's like, instead of the winning team saving somebody else, I mean, we joke about it all the time about the challenge making up rules as they go. This was a prime example of it. And then I think, though, the other part of this episode being a mess was a lot of the drama. And I think it was a lot of stuff that maybe didn't necessarily have a payoff tonight, but I think it will in the future, which is why I didn't love this episode, but I wouldn't say that it was boring. I was still like fairly entertained by it, even though the challenge continues to just screw themselves up by like how they structure these shows.
Yeah, I don't know. You said you didn't feel bored. I kind of got, I don't know. There was a middle part of that, like when Will was kind of being a little bitch and just was like crying, punching, and doing all that. I kind of just lost interest. Like it's funny to see for the first like couple minutes, but then it just kept. It was like 15 minutes. It felt like, I don't know.
He was just like, wah, change my diaper, wah.
I know.
I thought the part that was I didn't mind that because it was just like, this is a grown man literally acting like a child. The part that seemed very Jimmy Tatro, how to make reality TV show to me was the whole Derek and Leo. Oh, you know, it was 2 for 1, but then it wasn't 2 for 1, and then you took my drink. Like, that just seemed like a normal conversation that was probably resolved in 1 minute, that they turned into this like, doom doom. Well, why'd you take my drink? Doom doom. I thought it was 2 for 1. Doom doom. And then right on cue,
Alex,
there's the soda can.
Smirk. So let's dive in to tonight's episode. The first thing I want to talk about is the intro to the show. And I don't know if anybody noticed this tonight. I felt like they showed us, like, normally we just get like the title card and that's it. And it's just the end. You know, we go right into tonight's episode. They did a very like Mission Impossible title sequence when you kind of saw what was happening, but it was like too slow. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it showed clips from tonight's episode beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what are we doing? Like, they literally
Goodbye,
showed us the
Blue.
elimination 30 seconds into the thing.
Blue's last day.
God, I didn't read. Alex, do you want to look up what the title of tonight's episode was with the thing? I guaranteed it probably said Blue goes into a headbanger or something.
I think it was I got the elimination blues.
Oh, come on. All right, so we go right back in to where we were last episode to start off, picking new partners, and we're going basically the order they finished in. So Banana and D had the first pick, and like to Andy, what he said earlier, it just went like rapid fire. We don't know who's who. I mean, it's literally who's Corey's partner, like all over again. But it's like everybody, which is it sucks. I think the over under. What do we have for the over under? 1.5 or 2.5?
I think 1.5.
1.5, and we are going to hit it episode 3.
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's so stupid, and I feel like we have to stop ourselves from harping on this. But it is stupid. And watching it to start off the episode, you know, for a second there, I was like, oh, you know, I gotta try to remember who's with who because I want to like keep up with everything. And then it's like, wait a second, it's rent-a-partner. This doesn't matter. Like, sure, you might want to remember who like wins the daily or whatever, but it like not remembering who's with who makes no difference because it won't matter 90 minutes from then.
Now, if like I'm assuming next week we'll get a coin toss, correct? Next week.
I would think so.
What?
Yes.
I couldn't hear you. You're kind of going in and out. I think I heard somebody crying in the background. My question is this. If next week's a guy's elimination, the following would be a female's elimination. At that point, and you're picking partners, why would you not work a way to sabotage? So, like, if you're a guy and you do really well next week, I'm trying to think of, like, obviously Bananas can't pick Olivia, but if Bananas forms an alliance with a rookie who partners up with Olivia and tanks the next daily, like, can't you do that?
But then you would be the hangnail the next episode.
Are there? I don't think there would. Not on the second time coming back around.
Trev, I think you're trying to speculate something that they could throw all of this out the window next episode.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking ahead. I don't know. So, all right. Should we talk about the daily?
Yes.
What are you smirking about?
Let's go.
So, daily challenge tonight. A puzzle. I don't think we've ever seen a puzzle before. So, what do we think? Dune buggy's going over a ramp. These people are looking up, trying to memorize it, run up, and kind of solve the puzzle. Good, bad, ugly thoughts.
I thought it was average. Won't be telling my grandkids about this one. I do like, though, the one thing that I enjoyed about this was I appreciate anytime you get a daily where there's some sort of catch to it and people are going to like figure it out at different parts of the daily. And I mean, you could see right away that trying to solve the puzzle by just like looking at the underside of that thing, it was going to be basically impossible. It was going to take them forever. And then the team slowly started to realize that there was some sort of pattern to it. And I just appreciate when there is something like that where you can just see like who of these idiots like truly is the dumbest and like can't pick up on the kind of secret way of doing it as fast as everybody else. So that's like the one small thing I liked about it, but overall it was just completely middle of the road in my opinion.
Mikey the Doctor writes, which Mario Party game did this remind us of? I'm trying to think of a Mario Party. I'm almost thinking of like one where you kind of similar to like the fruit on the shelf and you have to like memorize each one and it goes like across. A little of that, but not like you're not really watching one. I was thinking about the flip book one where you have to like see the right image and you're like flipping through.
I didn't think the daily was very Mario Party-esque, but I thought the elimination certainly was.
We'll get into that.
The daily was one of those things where like it sounds cool, even as TJ's describing it, it's like, oh sweet. But then like they see the first car and it's literally like the blink of an eye, and then it's just like, what are we doing? It's now simply a puzzle. That's it. There was no benefit to sitting there looking at it. And in fact, the teams who looked at it the longest finished last. So kind of dumb, kind of gimmicky but it was fanfare was the crash real?
God,
That intern,
RIP to that intern. I mean, I'm just picturing an intern driving that off the ramp and they flip it and then they're just like, all right, get him out. just fire him.
that was bad. You literally just have to drive in circles. That's it.
Well, I think even funnier than the staff member being the intern crashing the car, I think even like crazier than that was just the editor's decision to include that in the episode. That made no effect to anything.
Not really. That's so easy for an editor. Why would you not keep it in? It's because you have 90-minute episodes, your favorite. Like, you got to fill the content with something. I mean, Andy and I already talked about Derek at the bar. Like, did we really need that scene for 5 minutes? So you add 5 minutes there. You add 5 minutes of the car upside down. Could have had a 60-minute episode.
Well, that little crash is something that I'm pretty sure they showed on the full season preview. And they made it seem like one of the contestants was crashing. I swear.
You think they would let contestants drive these doom buggies?
No. When have they ever let contestants like operate heavy machinery, sit on each other's lap with a big crane?
God.
Right.
Yeah, that was.
Wait, bringing up the bar scene, it also made me think like, I think, can I give my reenactment of what that conversation actually was? Going back to my Tatro over-exaggerating.
The bar
scene?
Are we skipping ahead?
I know. Are we just skipping?
No, because we've already talked about it twice now.
All right.
I think we have to do it quick. I think it was Derek, gay Derek. Hey, Leo, you told me it was 2 for 1. It actually wasn't. Kind of sucks. I'd overpay for it a little bit. By the way, you grabbed my drink. You thought it was yours. Can I get it back? Yeah, man, no problem. Sorry. I thought it was 2 for 1. I was wrong. And then just cut. Boom. Let's add 10 minutes and a fake fight. The BME special.
Yeah, I don't know why, and I don't want to skip ahead. I don't know why Derek was just freaking out over that. I mean, it's one drink. It's literally what, $7 that he spent? Like,
where are they? Do we know?
Earth. I actually don't know where they are. Argentina?
I looked this up the other day.
I feel like they're in Argentina every other year.
They're in like Montana.
No, it's more expensive to keep it in the States. You got to go outside the States.
They're in Chile.
God, Santiago. I was pretty close.
Alexis Sanchez.
God, I was about to say Sanchez.
Okay, so Turbo and Lika win the daily. And last place is Tay? Or no, Blue. Blue and Derek.
Yes.
Blue and Derek. And so then after the daily, TJ tells them all that that the format has kind of switched. So now the winners aren't gonna save somebody else, but instead, really, it switches entirely. So what he says is like the loser, who's blue, is going to go straight into elimination. And then the winners have to pick one other girl who's going to then plead her case against the hangnail. And so that's Adrian. And then
Adrian!
And so we'll get into kind of who they pick, but they basically, like I said, just switch up the format entirely. Any thoughts, like, just on either Blue getting last or Turbo and Lika coming in first?
I was a little surprised with Turbo picking up the dub. I got Will and Olivia second, CT in America third, Justin and Anissa got fourth? Damn.
Good for you for keeping track of the finishes.
Bananas and Izzy, 4 points. Cedric Diggory and Ashley, third. Leroy and Michelle. Michaela Michelle. I always want to say it. Ben and Nine, 1 point.
Turbo officially got a title as Puzzle King tonight.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. How about the battle for last place was between two Dereks?
Both idiots.
Also,
in elimination.
Derek's partner, smirk. Derek's partner, Tay. Did she have a confessional tonight?
She was multiple.
Did she?
Yes.
She won the elimination.
I don't remember seeing a confessional of her.
She had multiple.
No. I remember seeing her at the end getting interviewed, but I only remember Blue getting a confessional.
No, Tay got confessionals plural.
I gotta check the stat department on how many she got. For some reason I'm just not picturing her getting a confessional.
Yeah, she definitely did. Okay, so any other thoughts on the daily or any of this finishing, anything like that?
I thought it was dumb. It was kind of smirky. The Leroy D, or as I like to say, D-Roy, being like, oh, I'm not that good at the puzzles. I have to rely on my partner. And then the other one said, oh, I'm not that good at puzzles. I'm going to have to rely on my partner. That was a nice little smirky back and forth.
That was. And it's something like that where you'd wish that maybe those two are paired together for a few episodes in a row. But God forbid we do that.
Correct. It's going to be too hard to even think about, but if we hadn't had the switch up, I'll just make it a very simple question. If we hadn't had the switch up, do D and Bananas win?
Oh, this challenge?
Yeah.
Probably not.
That's what I would say too, because they both finished middle of the pack.
Yeah. Which I was surprised about. This seemed like something Bananas would be able to figure out pretty quickly. His partner Izzy, I think his strategy is just drafting the baddest ones in order, however he sees it. So we'll see who he picks next. But yeah, I was surprised he didn't do that well. Should we go to the club?
Yeah, sure.
Whoa, roped up.
Let's talk. I know we haven't brought it up tonight about Derek buying drinks. All right, let's go to the club. Lika picking the girl to plead case. God, this cheat sheet is terrible tonight.
No, we're abandoning all of this. I think we've already talked
about. There's a cheat sheet. You guys are getting paid.
We've already talked about Leo and Derek. I think we talk about Will's meltdown.
So we're not talking about Derek and drinks.
Wait. Can we talk? I'm seeing Bananas Turbo on here.
The middle finger, the gift.
Let's touch on that before we dive into the whole Will debacle. Bananas and Turbo had a moment.
I mean, Turbo might have just bought everything off Amazon on Prime Day the other day, and just like the glasses, the little middle finger thing. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
His shirt from last episode.
Yes. I think that was an MVP or LVP.
I will never not get enjoyment out of banana. Like the Brits, you know, banana, like it's usually bananas. That always, you know, nice little tickle. But Turbo with his banana, it just he sounds like a minion whenever he talks. It's incredible.
Well, and I
No,
think
no.
they had it might have been episode 0. I don't know if it was last week, but the two of them were skipping into the house together. So I don't know if this is a little
Bananas Jordan-esque.
yeah, some sort of stupid, you know, broken English bromance that's forming here, but I ain't mad at it.
Me neither.
Ooh.
I
But
mean,
it's not gonna last, right? Like Turbo's gonna do something dumb that
yes.
puts Bananas in harm's way, and Bananas is gonna be pissed. Like that's how we see this ending, right?
Yes.
All right. Anything else from the club?
What about Derek and Leo?
Andy, what happened there?
Oh my god, it was such a small dispute that they just blew out of the water.
God, I'm gonna tell my kids that was September 17th or whatever. No, September 11th through the 14th.
Oh, come on.
God.
2 for 1.
All right, so I think now we should talk about Will.
Let's
What
do
is
it.
Let's do it.
What-
And they actually foreshadow it earlier in the episode where he basically says, we hooked up in the past, Will and D, and it just like so then Will is at the bar, clearly getting hammered, and he's just incredibly jealous of D and Bananas, basically everything they've been doing all season, and just fucking like trying to think of other times we've seen this happen on the show before, where like somebody just gets like kind of drunk and they're like he was clearly mad at D, but he wasn't like going to her face. He was just kind of like punching the wall, punching the seat, and just like getting like just bubbling up internally. And I feel like
So-
Nelson is kind of like Nelson's done that move a few times. But it was just incredible. He was crying. And I mean, you saw all of the vets say like this is just like fuel to vote him in or something.
So let me go this route with y'all. So you think Will just hooked up with D like one time and that was it? Like, you know, when they're about to board the flight, they're all probably in the same hotel or whatever. Was this just a one-time hookup and he started crying over her? Or was it they never dated or anything, right?
No, I don't think so. But it sure seems like it. It seems like they were in love, maybe even engaged.
Well, Trev, that's a great question, and I was thinking the same thing too. Because the first couple times Will brought it up, he said like we used to hook up, which like he made it seem like they were at one point a thing. And then I was thinking like Dee is what? She's from Ireland, and Will is from the United States. Like, how do they like? They're on different shows. Like, when did they ever like have enough time to have some sort of relationship? And then the one line where Will was back at the house after the night out and he said, like, we hooked up at the hotel, making it seem very singular E, like literally a one night stand E, instead of having this fling that he was talking about.
Yes, and like it was tied to staying at a hotel before coming out to Chile, a la Jenna and Bruno.
Ooh.
Finger blasting.
Gosh. Honestly, like, I think this was just a one-time hookup. Like, they're like, you know, probably got drunk in the hotel bar, hooked up, went their separate ways, probably have never spoken more than like an hour together. And now they're just like, I'm in love with this girl. Like, come on, man. Like, how old are you? Yeah, I might get a doctor for a former Marine who doesn't seem level-headed. I mean, come on.
Well, it was. Did you guys enjoy watching it or no? Because I actually thought it was kind of entertaining.
I thought for like the first 5 minutes, we didn't need 20 minutes of it. I mean, right before we went to commercial, when he punched the chair, I like spit my water out. That was hilarious.
Well, the best part was like they had this little sit down and it ended with them hugging and okay, I'll be over it. And then he starts looking over the edge and he starts getting more pissed off and then he punches the wall and then they have the exact same conversation. Like it was I enjoyed it. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the alternative would have been like just watching like Anissa heat up like a late night snack of like lasagna and breadsticks. So I was much happier watching this than that.
I was too, and from a alternative Will perspective, like he was headed straight towards Radar Watch for tonight's episode, based off of episode 0, episode 1. And so to see him like have a role in tonight's episode, even though it was embarrassing for him, like at least he was doing something.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. Anything else with the Clurb / Will going bananas?
I just
No. Bananas was with D, not Will.
No.
I just think in general, this section of the episode, it gave it some life, and I think
I agree.
I think these rookies are fucking entertaining, and you know, as much as the format of the show kind of sucks so far, they're making it entertaining, scene to scene, episode to episode, and so I still really like this cast, and if we can have like some sort of section like this in each episode, I think that'll help us overlook some of the things about the political game that we might not like.
Let me go this route with you. Is this the worst, if this continues, is this the worst format we've ever had on a challenge season?
They've all sucked. It's hard to say one's the worst.
What, all 40?
The last, since Dirty 30, I don't know if there's been a format that I've enjoyed.
But that's what I'm saying is like if they stayed with their original partners, perfect. Don't screw that. X's, perfect. They're not switching or whatever. This is like a free agents mixed with whatever, but free agents, it's a solo game, and they know that from the beginning. And it's like some days you're with 8 people, some days you're with 4, some days you're with 1, and that works so much better. Here, when you're choosing partners every week, like it's stupid.
It's a fair question. I think my answer would be, as much as I don't like the looks of this, I still go back to 2 seasons ago, Battle for a New Champion, and we had like 5 episodes in a row where people beat the champion and therefore stayed in the game, and therefore we didn't lose a cast member for like 5 weeks in a row.
Is that the season that you stopped watching and me and Trev had to push through together?
I mean, we can check all of the leaderboards, all of the stat sheets.
In all seriousness, was that
one? Like, come on.
Was that the season of the dream within a dream within a dream? It had to have been because you were talking about people not going home.
You missed like 5 episodes that season.
Yeah, he did. But yes, that's the season, right? Where it was like, why am I even watching this?
It had no champs on it, right?
Yes.
Was that Aman Al?
Yes.
God.
This show sucks.
Okay, let's get to the voting. Let's get to the voting. And so basically I like forget all of these people because I just don't remember these rookie females. So Blue is already in the elimination. Adrian is sitting there as a hangnail.
Adrian.
Lika and Turbo basically get to pick another female to kind of put on the table. They pick Tay. Tay seemed very just bottom of the totem pole E. And then they leave. And so that leaves basically everybody besides like Derek, Blue, Turbo, and Lika, and Adrian to vote between who should go in against Blue, either Tay or Adrian. And
Adrian!
They go down the line. I think it was 10-1. Maybe more than that, but I think there was only one vote for the blonde girl. And so then Tay is going into elimination against Blue. This was pretty ho-hum. I mean, it was a clean sweep nearly.
Do we like that this is the new voting? I actually
Revving it up, Sons of Anarchy outside.
Sons of Zanarchy. Do we prefer this as opposed to saving one team, but everyone's a target?
I like this better. The saving one team is stupid.
But everyone's a target. That's what's like, I think, the biggest change. I don't think the saving versus voting is, I think it's more so that you have to pick between two people as opposed to everyone. AKA no burn votes.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not at risk, etc.
Yeah. And I don't mind this. And I think the thing is, assuming that this is kind of the format in episode 3, episode 4, I think the cast will start to get used to it and they'll start to like be more sneaky about it. And I don't think we'll see votes that are 10-1 or whatever it is. Like, I think we'll see things that are closer. But the whole thing of it's like they vote in a person and then they leave and then they're voting between that person and the hangnail. It feels weird, but I think there's still some upside to it.
It'll make it much easier for us to know who the like two options are. But I don't know. I'm thinking back to just prior days where a vote like this starts and there's the first person who gets a vote, then there's the second, and then like it kind of goes back and forth, but then a third person emerges and then that snowball gets going. Like I think that's a little that gets me more excited, I'd say.
I agree. I think it's more interessante. It's very, it's this or this, the end. Like, there's no, because what happened a few seasons ago, this might have been like 15 seasons ago, they all blend together. When somebody was using when somebody used a burn vote, and then the whole house flipped on the burn vote.
Wasn't that Leroy?
I think it was.
Leroy and or Teresa were somehow involved, I believe.
I think Leroy's been burned by a burn vote multiple times.
Yeah. I don't know. They all blend together.
Okay, so we get.
Has been doing this for how many years?
So the group goes around and they pick Tay, and so we have Tay versus Blue in elimination. We get there. It's they've interviewed at least 5 cast members about like the nightclub setup. CT was the DJ, all that, the laser show, all that. And then we get Blue versus Tay in this like ball tied up hands, balls in with lasers. Like, what did you guys think about the elimination that we got here tonight?
I liked it. I liked the elimination. The hands tied was kind of stupid. I wish it would have just straight up tackle the other person. But I think this is like a good style of elimination, I think.
I thought it kind of sucked.
I didn't like it either.
God, it reminded me of Mario Party. Run in and like you're trying to stay in the circle as long as possible, and then you're bouncing out.
But their intentions were good. I just thought it was poorly executed.
Ooh.
Does that make sense? Like, they were trying to get it a little physical, but like you can be shifty and quick, a la Balls Out. But like there were times where the light just popped up like right next to the person on offense. And it was like, okay, there's a point. Like, I don't know. I wanted more.
I have an inside source that says that tonight's elimination actually went 5 rounds. In 2 of the rounds, they tied.
Wasn't each round best of 3?
It was really a best of 5. In 2 of the rounds, they tied. So then it became a best of 3.
Oh,
who's your inside source?
Blue, who tweeted that out about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, come on.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get we're 41 seasons in and they feel like they need new eliminations, but like, would anybody be complaining if they had just given us balls in
No.
tonight?
No, it would have
Like
been
that's what they
awesome.
were going for with this, and it's just like they have to add the lasers and like these goggles and the hands tied and all of that, and it's just like go back to what works.
Here's the thing, though, and I hate to give the production any credit on this. I like the attempt, but let's drop it and go to balls in. Like, I don't want to see that again. I like the attempt. I'm sorry. Like,
can we just go back to, and we've talked about this on these airways, but when they had like the spin little wheel, a la like the yak, and there were 4 eliminations on it, and they spin it, and whatever they get is what it is. And it's like hall brawl, balls in, pole wrestle, and then 1 puzzle. Like, can we not just go back to that? That'd be so easy for production, and then we would be guaranteed like a top elimination every time.
what season was that? Was it Gauntlet that did that? You spun a wheel?
I don't remember.
There's definitely a season that there was only 4 options and you spun a wheel.
Yes.
One of the I don't want to confidently say Gauntlet 3, but for some reason I'm leaning towards that.
Right? I mean, I think multiple have. I think that did it. I think both duels did.
But I love that.
I think Battle of the Seasons had a pick your elimination aspect to it. Yeah, this is just like I don't know. They could have done so much better. I guess like in these situations, the only thing positive that I can think of is that like it is episode 2. If they're gonna make a big attempt, like use it on some weak elimination like Blue versus Tay.
And Tommy Tsunami kind of wrote this, but I was just going to do a quick little brainstorm sesh right here. If we were to create our perfect wheel where you can you're not going to put Not So Fast in there because they're not going to build a jungle gym or what. You can't build a jungle gym that fast. It'd be like the Lincoln Log guys on that Family Guy episode where they're going as fast as possible. But I'm talking about 4 things that you can just go straight to, the sand and just go. What would be the 4?
Has to be hall brawl. Some people would say that's the Mount Rushmore of eliminations.
It'd be hall brawl?
Yes.
I don't know if you could definitely build that really fast.
Hall brawl, pole wrestle, and balls in would all be so easy to make in less than 15 minutes, and all of them would be elite.
What about T-Bone?
No, you have to don't you have to
dig
out?
Like you could build that before, and that just stays there in the elimination ring like the entire year.
Don't you have to dig into the ground?
But I'm not saying
you were just kind of against. You were just against hall brawl as an option.
Yeah, well, I'm changing it now.
Okay.
Yeah. T-Bone and those other.
Well, this is last season. Remember, the season started with the Era Invitational, and they said we're doing all of the classic eliminations, which were pole wrestle, hall brawl, balls in, and then Not So Fast.
God, Mikey the Doctor, the duct tape chair elimination, Nani leg cross. I mean, come on. Still not the worst. That's still not the worst. The worst elimination was the Rivals 2, scariest elimination of all time. No elimination.
So stupid.
So
Tay,
go ahead.
I don't know. I'm just not on the same page as TT. He's saying getting the same limbs would get boring. I wholeheartedly disagree. If you would tell me that even if it was just hall brawl, if they did hall brawl for every elimination this season, sign me up. Am I crazy in that? Let alone 1 of 4?
I would love hall brawl every episode. I just want a headbanger every episode.
That's what everyone wants.
God. I bulge at the hall brawl with 2 people. It's like an Oklahoma drill. I love that.
Didn't Tyree and Davis lose to Kenny and Wes in Rivals 1? And Tyree said he played football at Oklahoma.
Yeah. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, we've had a lot of players playing college football, D1 though. I mean, where'd Fezzi play? University of Tennessee. Like, I mean, it's very impressive. Good list. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Okay. So Tay ends up beating Blue in best of 3. Am I crazy in thinking that Blue was the slight favorite going into
No,
this?
she definitely was.
It was probably like minus 225.
Ooh.
And Tay beats her, and I don't know, like it just wasn't that fun to watch. It was hard keeping up with like the offense, defense, this round, that round. There's points, so somebody might have 5 points, 6 points, like within the round. It was just a lot to like follow. The lasers, I don't know. I just didn't really love it, and like ultimately by the end of it, the last round or set or whatever, they were both exhausted. They were both just like crawling to the finish line. And I don't think even before the elimination ended, I feel pretty comfortable in saying that neither of those girls have too much of a runway to like keep going. I don't think they're that, strong. So I think this episode for me just kind of fizzled out there.
Can I just give one little picking nits about the end? The very last set, if you will. So it was very clear. Blue's on offense, then Tay's on offense.
Mm-hmm.
Tay has to beat Blue. In the last round, Blue had 4. So all that needs to happen is Tay to get 5. Did you see what the final scoreboard was?
10-4.
She got to
10,
right?
10. They let her just run around while Tay was sitting, or Blue was sitting on the ground, hitting 10 different lasers. Why? What's the point of that?
Is this episode or this season, is it Apex Mountain for just production stupidity? Are we on track for that?
Have to be. Just wait until they bring out the skulls.
God.
Insane.
And then they end the episode telling us that next episode we're gonna get partners again. So I guess going into episode 3, I assume we'll get a similar 2 minutes, just rapid fire, which really doesn't even matter. Like what they should do is they should just show up to the daily and just like go ahead with the partners that have already been switched. Like we don't need to see this draft each time. And then like you said earlier, Trev, like we assume that TJ will be there ready with his coin to tell us if it's going to be a guy or girl. I would think, and I hope that it's another girls elimination, just so that we can see a guy hangnail. But I don't know. This is just a mess of a form.
This is gonna, when the double-sided coin comes out, it's gonna be a female elimination. It's gonna be like he'll flip it. It's clearly gonna be like heads for guys and be like female elimination this week, and
you kick the dirt over.
Yeah,
the
Harvey
coin.
Dent. So it's gonna be a good one.
So dumb. The only thing that would make me excited about like the new partners would be if they didn't show us, but they threw in like a little animation as they go into the next daily, and it shows like Ashley. It's like, all right, Ashley's partner, and she's got like a Pokeball, like a Pokemon ball. She throws it out, and then like Jake.
No, it needs to be like going off of that. It needs to be like bananas, and it's like, who's that Pokemon? And it's like
The silhouette.
Yeah, it's the silhouette.
And then it shows like Anissa, and it's like Snorlax.
And then like in the background's like ooh or whatever, like Yeah, exactly. That'd be good.
Production can't get ideas like this. They just can't.
I mean, people just steal our shit left and right. I mean, Derek brought up LVP. Could be an LVP tonight. We'll see.
Speaking of which, is it time to get into some segments?
I think it's segment time. Alex,
wait, did we talk about Derek and Leo?
God. Okay. First segment tonight we have is Radar Watch. It's still a very Radar Watchy portion of the season. I have a pick tonight. I think there's a decent number of good options tonight. I'll just go ahead and take Leroy.
Ooh, I had 3 on my list. Leroy was not one of them.
The only thing I remember from Leroy tonight was that D got the first pick in the draft and picked him, and that was about it. And then they made like the puzzle joke, but aside from that, I feel like Leroy was very invisible.
Good pick. Trev?
Honestly, I think this person had like one confessional tonight, but when I saw her, I kind of just forgot she was on this season. Ashley.
Also not on my list.
Oh, I just
Great
completely
pick.
forgot Ashley. Like you feel like by episode 2, she's like blowing up the house with something. I just completely forgot she was on this season.
It's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
Thank you.
The thing is, I feel like you could pick just about any vet and it would work.
Okay.
I've got all 3 of mine still remaining.
Let's
So
hear
I'm
all
going to
three.
give my pick and then hit quick honorable mention 1, 2. My actual pick will be Theo.
Who?
For someone who's allegedly like one of the top dogs in the house. He said like 2 words. Followed by Naya. For a second, I actually thought she went home. And also Nani. People forget Nani's on this season.
So what I love is we just named 5 people right there. All vets. I mean, we could have went the chalky route and gone rookies.
The U route.
Who, me?
Yes.
Who's not on this season.
Keep going.
But honestly, there's a lot of vets just hiding in the shadows.
But I think that's a good sign for the rookies.
Ooh,
I agree.
Rookies are taking up a lot of space so far.
Let me ask you this. Is part of it the fact that like the average age of the rookies is probably like 24 and the average age for the vets is probably like 34?
It's more than that.
Yeah, but you got the Theos and the Olivias.
How old are they? 30?
No. Right?
I would guess they're pushing 30. And
so maybe it is like 36, 37. It can't be 37.
I mean, how old's Anissa?
Anissa was on the Real World season for 9/11. That's not
Let's see. Joke. Anissa is 43.
Okay, and then you have Bananas, who's 40 what?
I think Bananas is 43.
He's 43 as well.
And then you have CT.
CT's 45.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna look. Hold on. Let me see. Theo. 1991. Theo's 33. The average age is probably 39. That's
what's Aviv? What's Aviv?
Well, what the point of all this is to say that like Aviv is 41. So like some of these people are just like they don't want to like smash beers and talk about hooking up. They want to like have a glass of wine and play Scrabble. Like that's and guess what? If that happens, you're on Radar Watch. Because why the fuck are we watching you?
That's crazy.
But it is, rookies are leading the entertainment charge.
For sure. I wonder what the biggest age gap is this season. Who's the youngest and who's the oldest? We got to be close to 20 years.
I think someone in our stat department informed me that I think it's Cedric is the first challenger ever born after 2000.
Wow.
Wasn't Evelyn on this show when she was 18?
Yes.
Wasn't Savanka or what was the fucking girl's name?
Svetlana?
Wasn't she 16? Cutthroat, right?
No. She was the duel.
She was like 16, right?
She was like 18.
God.
I think Kenny was kind of flirting around.
Jesus.
All right. Oh, segments. What else we got?
All right, let's just get into MVP, LVP.
All right, you guys know what to do. MVP, LVP time. First order we get in the shot will be our MVP, LVP. No Pluto playback?
No Pluto playback. I am watching Pluto right now. I don't know. I've seen this scene so many times. It's the X's
Describe it.
to
Ah,
X's to final daily at night.
Oh, where they throw in bananas?
Yes.
You're lying, Sarah.
Sarah.
no this day in challenge history?
No, not yet.
Wow.
None.
All right, Mikey the Doctor, Alex, Andy, Trev, MVP, LVP. Alex, take it away.
My MVP for tonight is going to be. I'm going to go with bananas.
Oh, come on.
God.
He's holding the torch. I think what we said about the whole vets versus rookies thing in terms of like the radar watchy perspective. Basically, every vet could be radar watchy except bananas at this point. He's doing a lot. He has D with him. And D is just like, I know she's giving these little confessionals about like having them, manipulating people, blah, blah, but like, I think she's starting to go for it. Bananas pulled out a ring at one point. He's 43. He's insane doing all of this shit, picking Izzy as his partner. Can't wait to see who he picks next. If I was him, I think I would probably pick Sydney, who's also very radar watchy.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he's just going strong for 2 episodes so far.
It's the banana show. Like this, the challenge might as well just be called like Johnny Bananas features the challenge. He's this show does not survive without him. Great pick. High on my list. Am I up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with for my MVP pick for tonight. I'm gonna say Lika.
Ooh.
Won the daily. Looks tough. She also is part of a little mini rookie alliance of herself, Jeremy, Sydney, and D, which if you think back to the power rankings, I think that average score was probably about like 4.25, which is a bit surprising, but they're all up there. And I kind of like what they've got cooking. And Lika's coming out and looking like a threat. Sign me up.
Good pick.
Thank you.
Honestly, I'm having trouble for this MVP. I really don't like anything out there. So I'm leaning, and we really didn't talk about it this much tonight. So my MVP is actually going to be 2 for the price of 1 during specials.
Come on.
I knew
So, I'm not sure if you guys noticed on tonight's episode, but Derek got pissed over a 2 for 1 special. Gave us a lot of the entertainment tonight. Might have dragged a little bit, but hey, glad to see the challenge is paying for a 2 for 1 special. So 2 for 1 drink special is my MVP tonight.
Good
my
pick.
my LVP tonight is gotta be Will's hand. I mean, he's punching seats, he's punching walls. They kind of foreshadowed. Is he going to get kicked off the show? Did he break his hand?
People are asking.
People are asking. So Will's hand, definitely should be icing that thing tonight. We'll see what happens, but Will's hand is my LVP.
Good pick. I'm in between 2, but I got to give it to this. My LVP pick for tonight is going to be the CT Pro Tip. I'm fucking done with it. It's played out. It sucks. It's dumb. And what is really frustrating about the fact that they're throwing out CT Pro Tips now is CT's not a fucking pro. He's 400 pounds. His CT pro tip right now would be like eat a bucket of fried chicken, drink 2 gallons of Coca-Cola, and wash it all down with a full thing of ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. That's the only CT pro tip that he can be giving. He's not allowed to tell us how to do anything in the shape that he's in. It's unbelievable.
Great pick.
That's my pick.
Wow.
God, those pro tips suck.
They're awful.
God. And the worst part about it was we bitched about it all last year, and they brought him back.
And he like he's not a pro anymore. He's washed.
It was stupid last year, but I thought we were going to leave it in last season because last season was like a nostalgia-y season, all of that stuff. So now, like, does this mean that, season 42 is going to have these pro tips, season 43? Like, because CT's not done. And so, I mean, unfortunately, I think this means that this pro tip is here to stay.
Alex, what do you got? Take us home.
I mean, I was going to go with Will as my LVP pick, but I think since a body part of his has already been taken, I guess I won't go there. So I'll just go with Derek. And I don't necessarily feel the need to specify, but I'll just go ahead and take the Challenge Mania douchebag.
Oh, I didn't know if you were going the double. Didn't I go double Derek last week?
I think you could go double Derek's honestly tonight as well, but I'm just going to focus on him stealing our LVP idea. We've seen the next on. I know this is for tonight, but on the next on, him potentially breaking his leg again. Who knows? He's north of 40 as well, and he sucks. So I'm just going Derek, my LVP. Fuck.
He's such a little bitch. Everything about him sucks.
He does make good T-shirts.
Get out of here.
At reasonable prices.
God. All right. Anything else? Any honorable mentions?
So one honorable mention that I had for LVP, I was gonna say like not the country, but the challenger, America. And the reason why, and she seems very radar watchy, but in this instance, why I was gonna pick her is just because like there was a large portion of the episode tonight that centered around rookie females, and I think there's only 8 of them. And like Blue and Tay went against each other. Adrian was the hangnail. D got
Adrian
time. And so there was just like Sydney, America. There were a few outstanding rookie females who just like were not getting any attention at all.
I don't hate that. I didn't have any other real honorable mentions. I mean, just the default, like, Tay MVP for winning, Blue LVP for losing. This is now the second time we've had somebody call someone out and then lose to that person. That's a little fun fact.
Sorry, I found some stats on the age distribution. Vets and new threats is the second highest average of an entire season. Only behind Battle of the Eras. So the age distribution for this year is 32.
That's the average age?
That's the average age combined. And think about this. The average is 32. If you look at the new threats, they range from 30 years old to 22 years old. So there's not even one person hitting the average.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Kind of wild. And then
Theo's 33.
Theo's a vet.
He's a vet.
Oh, sorry.
He's 34. Theo is.
I lump all those Brits in as rookies.
So the youngest vet is Olivia at 33.
Did Theo just recently have a birthday? I'm getting conflicting reports on exactly how old he is.
God, I think he's 34.
He actually did just have a birthday, July 14th.
Jeez.
God,
you know what's crazy? The 5th youngest rookie or vet, excuse me, the 5th youngest vet is Nani.
Nani's
can't
on,
be right.
Nani's on OnlyFans.
Naya is older, Turbo's older, Derek's older, Ashley's older, Kara's older, Leroy, Aviv, Derek, Johnny, Anise, CT. The only people
How old's Turbo?
it just has a little like question mark.
What?
I'm kidding. He's 37. I would not have guessed Ashley's 37.
Oh yeah,
That old?
she's pushing it.
Older than Nani?
She's hanging on to whatever sort of whatever she's had.
There's only so much silicone in the world to help.
Jesus Christ. Crazy. All right. Anything else?
That's it. All right. Before we wrap, on a scale of like 1 to 10, where's everybody's like excitement at for next episode?
Well, I think for me, who's going to be on the pod next week? I've heard some rumors that people aren't going to be here. So I'm like, that brings me down at least 1.
Explain.
I will not be.
Down goes Andy.
I don't make the schedule of when Cara and Paulie are doing their little dream vacations, but I have to.
I mean, come on. So Andy's out next week, so that drops me down 1. How tonight's I'm probably like a 7 out of 10 right now.
Excited?
Yeah.
I'd land at a 6.
I was thinking 4.
4? Come on.
Jeez.
4's too low.
Come on.
I'll meet in the middle between you two. Wait, did you say 7?
Yes.
I'll give it a 6.5.
6.5.
I think I'm still decently excited just because it is still so new. It's still fresh. The season's still like just getting started. But because of how things are looking, I do think like episode 3, 4, those are big episodes.
Wait, Tommy said he'll be on. That might drop me to 5.5 now. I'm just kidding, Tommy. TT, I'm kidding. All love, all love. It was a joke. Anything else? Anything else from tonight?
I'm good.
No, I'm up to like a 9.
You can't go from a 6. You said a 4 to a 6.5 to a 9. What's your rookie ranking say?
my it's a 4, maybe 5. I'm kind of surprised.
So it's a 4 to a 6.5 to a 9. So
What?
All right, we gotta end this thing.
All right. With that being said, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out Duffy. Shout out George. Bye-bye.